Read aloud.
Junk Day on Juniper Street by Lillian Moore. Pictures by Arnold Lobel. This book has a lot of stories. It said, Junk Day on Juniper Street and other easy-to-read stories. Right now, I am just going to read Junk Day on Juniper Street. Page 5. How did it begin? No one on Juniper Street can really say. Benny and Jenny say it began in their house. Debbie says it really began in her backyard. But Davy thinks his father started it all. One morning, Davy's father was reading his newspaper. "Take a look at this," he said to Davy's mother. "Do you have junk around your house? Then it's clean-up time." "Do we have junk?" asked Davy. "Well," said his mother. Later, Davy's mother and Debbie's mother met in the backyard. Davy's mother said, "Look at this," and she showed her the newspaper. "Do you have junk around your house? Then it's clean-up time." "Do we have junk?" asked Debbie. Said her mother. Later, some mothers met to have coffee. They met at Benny and Jenny's house. "Did you see this?" asked Debbie's mother, and she showed them the newspaper. Jenny asked, "Do we have junk?" All the mothers began to laugh. "We all have junk," they said. "Lots and lots of junk." Then someone said, "Let's do it. Let's have a take out all the junk day." So Juniper Street had a junk day. It was a big cleanup time in every house. Mothers and fathers and children walked from one room to the next saying, "Do we need this anymore? Do we want to keep that?" Then everyone began to put out the junk. The old chairs, the old tables, the old toys, and pictures and books. And every time they looked around the house, people saw more junk to take out. An old lamp, a yellow bird cage, a big old rocking chair. Soon there was a pile of junk outside every house on Juniper Street. Davy's father looked up and down the street. "Wow," he said. "We will need a big truck to take all this away." Benny's father called up the junk man. "We have lots of junk on Juniper Street," he told the man. "You will need a big truck to take it all." "I have a big truck," said the junk man, "but I can't come today. I will come for your junk in the morning." "Don't forget," said Benny's father, "a big truck." All day, people walked past the piles of junk on Juniper Street. It was hard to go by without taking a good look. Davy stopped outside Debbie's house. "Say, there's a good wheel," he cried. "I need a wheel like that for my wagon. May I have it?" Debbie's mother said yes. Later, Debbie's father stopped to look at the junk outside Davy's house. He saw an old toolbox. "Why, it's just what I need," he said. "Take it," said Davy's father. Soon, many people were saying, "Take it." Jenny's mother saw a little table she liked. "I need a little table in the little room," she said. Debbie's mother found a big hat box in the junk outside Jenny's house. "I can keep my big red hat in this," she said happily. Jenny saw a doll bed across the street. She took her doll Amanda across the street and put it in the bed. "It's just like the three bears," she told Amanda. "Not too big, not too little, but just right." So Jenny asked for the doll bed. By this time, everyone was visiting the junk next door and the junk across the street. A man picked up a lamp. "Do you call this junk?" he said. "I can fix this lamp in no time." And off he went with it. An old lady took home the yellow bird cage. "Now I can get a bird," she cried. Someone was happy to find a window box. "I'll paint it green," he said, and put in some red geraniums. Someone saw an old picture of the sea. "I lived by the sea when I was a boy," he said, and he took the picture home. By the time the sun went down, there was no more junk on Juniper Street. Well, almost none. One thing was left. It was a big rocking chair. Many people stopped to look at it, but everyone said, "Too big." So there it stood. The next morning, a big truck came down Juniper Street. "Oh my," said Benny's father, "we forgot to tell the junk man not to come." The truck came slowly down the street and stopped. The man who got out of the truck was big too. He looked up and down the street. All he saw was the rocking chair. He walked over and looked at it. Then he sat down and began to rock. "At last," he cried happily, "a big rocking chair." Then he put the chair on his truck, and off he went with all the junk on Juniper Street.
With all the junk.
The end.